So let's take a step back and talk about what the Solana Seeker mobile actually is. Because whether you own one or you have only been watching from the sidelines, the real question is the same for everyone. Has this device been worth our time? This phone has been in my possession since it came out. I've paid for it with my own money. Now, having high hopes for the device and the upcoming airdrops, I want to let you know my thoughts on the device so far. But before I do, let's start off on the device itself. This Seeker is the second generation phone from Solana Mobile, and it exists for a very specific reason. It's not a phone that happens to support crypto. It's a crypto first device that also happens to be a phone. And that distinction matters because this should help manage the expectations you have from this device when it comes to hardware, software updates, and every promise tied to the upcoming SKR token. When you first look at the Seeker as a physical device, it feels much closer to a modern Android phone than the original Solana Saga ever did. Now, the build is lighter, thinner, and more practical for daily use. The display is bright and responsive, and the battery life is reasonable for a full day of mixed use. Now, performance lands comfortably in the mid to upper tier of Android devices, and this is not meant to compete with flagship phones on camera specs or gaming benchmarks. The goal is reliability and consistency for people who live inside wallets, apps, and on-chain interactions. Where the Seeker starts to separate itself with is its hardware wallet capabilities. Now, built directly into the device is a secure element, the same class of chip used in dedicated hardware wallets. Now, this secure element is isolated from the Android operating system, meaning your private keys never touch the main OS, never appear in memory, and never leave the secure environment. Transactions are signed inside the secure element itself, and even if the phone's operating system were compromised, the keys still remain protected. That design changes how self-custody feels on a mobile device. Instead of juggling a separate hardware wallet, cables, and a second screen, the Seeker lets you approve transactions directly on the phone while still keeping the same security model people expect from cold storage. You can confirm your actions with biometric authentication or a secure PIN, and the signing process stays locked down at the hardware level. Now, for owners, this quickly becomes the feature that defines the device. For non-owners, maybe like yourself, it explains why the Seeker is more than just another Android phone with a wallet app installed. The past few months, software updates have tightened the experience. The seedfold system, which manages keys inside the secure element, has been refined to support smoother wallet recovery, clearer transaction prompts, and better compatibility with Solana-based apps. The user flow for signing transactions feels less intimidating than early crypto mobile experiences, which matters if this device is ever going to reach beyond power users. And what's also good is that I haven't experienced my wallet disappearing anymore. Now, when I first got the device and had everything set up, my wallet suddenly disappeared after a few days, and I was able to retrieve it using the seed phrase, but the second account that I've set up with the same seed phrase was nowhere to be found, which is most likely a user error from my end, but something that definitely spooked me. Now, it's important to always write down your seed phrase because you never know when technical issues arrive. This all happened around the big Amazon Web Service outage earlier this year, and it hasn't happened since. Moving on is the agora of it all. Now, for those of you who don't know, in ancient Greece, the agora is a public open space for assemblies and markets. In the case of the Seeker device, it's the Solana dApp store. Unlike the standard Google Play Store, this marketplace is curated for crypto-native applications. Wallets, DeFi tools, NFT platforms, games, and social apps built on Solana are front and center. For developers, this removes friction around app distribution. For us as users, it creates a space where crypto apps are not buried or restricted. Updates over the past year have improved app discovery, reduced spam listings, and introduced better review systems, which has made the store feel more usable rather than experimental. Right, so now on to the part most of you came here for. Airdrops, and more specifically the SKR token. In early December of 2025, the team behind the Solana Seeker phone shared something we all have been waiting for. They confirmed that SKR, the native token for the Solana mobile ecosystem, will officially launch in January of 2026. And this announcement is huge for the Solana Seeker project because where the phone was once just hardware that made self-custody and mobile crypto apps easy to use, SKR gives that whole ecosystem a new economic layer. It has a fixed supply of 10 billion tokens, and from that total, about 30% is set aside for airdrops that will go to early participants when the token is created. The rest of the tokens are distributed across different groups and purposes. There's a meaningful slice for ecosystem growth and partnerships, and some for launch liquidity. Now, a pool specifically meant for the community, and allocations to both the Solana mobile team and its parent organization, Solana Labs. And what makes SKR different from a typical cryptocurrency is how it's tied into a broader network of roles. Instead of just being something you trade, it's part of a system where we can stake our tokens to trusted operators, which are also known as guardians. And the plan for these guardians is to have multiple independent participants over time. When you stake SKR with a guardian, you help verify that devices are real. You help moderate which apps show up in the dApp store, and you earn rewards back for supporting those activities. Is this phone all fun and giggles though? Well, actually no, because an external security team found a vulnerability in the Seeker's chip that in theory could be exploited under certain conditions. Now, I'll mention these conditions in the description where you can read more about them. In practical terms, it's important to highlight that the attack requires physical access to the device and specialized equipment to perform electromagnetic fault injection. It isn't just something that can be accomplished remotely via a network or app alone, and it remains a niche technique used in security research labs or by highly skilled adversaries. So has the Solana been worth our time? Now, for owners, the answer leans strongly towards yes. The device delivers a genuine hot wallet experience without forcing you to carry extra gear. Updates have addressed early friction points, and the phone itself is practical enough to use every day. It has not tried to be everything to everyone, and that focus shows. Now, for non-owners, I'm honestly not so sure. The Seeker makes the strongest case yet for why crypto-native hardware matters on mobile. The hardware wallet design is real and not just marketing language, and the SKR token adds a layer of future value that did not exist at launch. The remaining question is scale though. If the ecosystem around Solana Mobile continues to grow, the Seeker could age into something far more important than its initial specs suggest. Altogether, I hope this video shows that the Seeker phone isn't just about carrying a wallet in your pocket anymore. With SKR arriving in January of 2026, the device is becoming a part of a larger on-chain economy where users aren't only interacting with apps, but are participants in running and securing the system itself. Now, in the end, the Solana Seeker is less about flashy features and more about changing where self-custody lives. It brings secure key ownership into a device people already carry everywhere. Whether or not that trade-off is worth it depends on how central crypto is to your daily life. Now, for those who live on-chain, the Seeker already feels justified. For everyone else, it stands as a clear signal of where mobile crypto is heading next. Now, that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Doei!